Can you drink wine and lose fat? Let's put it to the test. Hello, I'm Dr. Derek Alessi, author of Lose Fat Forever, the Bermuda Triangle Diet, host of award-winning Live It Fit Now, and contributor for USA Today. And can you drink wine and lose fat? I mention that because one of my things, my cheat thing, is to drink wine. Love drinking wine, especially red wine. That being said, can you drink wine and lose fat? Drinking wine happens to be my cheat food. It might not be for you. You might not consume any alcohol whatsoever. But you might eat other things. Maybe it's pasta, maybe it's rice, maybe it's sweets, maybe it's corn chips, maybe you're having ice cream, maybe you're having yogurt, maybe you're having many of those things all at once. When that happens, your blood sugar levels will go up. You'll have an influx of sugar in your blood. It cannot stay in your blood, so your body produces insulin to remove it, because if it did stay in there, it will cause damage, disease, and early death. So it takes it out and it stores it as fat. At least 80% gets stored as fat. The other 20% goes into the liver. Now, over time, as you can imagine, the liver is like a sponge and it can soak up a lot of sugar. Over time, as you're eating better, the liver does have to give up sugar. In fact, it pushes sugar back into your blood. It's called gluconeogenesis. So the sugar has to cleanse itself before you actually start producing ketones, measured in acetate in parts per million, so that your body is burning fat for energy. One of the things that I love doing in my office is measuring what level of ketosis a person is in. One of the things that we're able to do now is to see how clear their liver is, if they're using fat for energy, and how their food is affecting it over time. Here's a look at my result. This was very recently, in fact last week. You can see on Thursday I was a 13.6 ketone level, Friday 15.2, Saturday 17.6. Now that being said, anything above 2.1 and you're beginning to burn fat. But you want to burn a significant amount of fat so you're making progress and you can measure it and see what it is over time. I use a DEXA scanner, which is by far and away the most reliable and the best way to track bad fat or body fat on the body. Now, what happens is on Sunday, wasn't measuring, it's a normal cheat day or an off day. Monday happened to be a holiday, it was Memorial Day. So I went 2 days without measuring, 2 days in which I drank 2 glasses of wine on each day. By Tuesday, my level was 4.9 for my ketone production. So falling from 17.6, the higher the better, to 4.9. I was burning a quarter of the amount of fat by Tuesday that I was the previous Saturday. And then you can see Wednesday jump back up to 11.2. My liver was cleaning itself again, getting back in shape, getting into that strong fat burning mode. Now it's interesting to take a look at it like that, and yes, full disclosure, I train lift weights for an hour a day, 5 to 6 days per week. My diet during the week is spot on. I take in very few foods that contain any amount of glycemic index. Yes, I do eat carbs. I eat carbs 5 to 6 times per day, but they're vegetables. Other than that, I am not putting any sugar into my bloodstream. I'm not putting any carbs. I'm not putting any alcohols during the week whatsoever into my bloodstream. So you can see that it's starting to ramp back up again. But all of that being said, look at the amazing change, dropping down to a quarter of the fat burning in just 2 days. I mentioned that for several reasons. We could conclude a lot from this. Number one, yes, if you consume alcohol, it's liquid sugar. It's going to get stored in the liver, in fact, faster than most things because it has a lot of fructose, which is going to slow down your fat production. Number two, even if you don't drink any alcohol, food does change and it gets loaded in the liver. From there, it will change the amount of fat that you burn all the time. So a lot of clients will say to me, I've been eating really well for the past 5 days. I'm not seeing that result or that change of fat yet. You will, you just have to be more patient. Number three, and super important to you, is it affects each person differently. I'm able to overcome it relatively quickly. Within a day or two, I'm almost back up to where I was before. What I'm noticing with a lot of my clients, it's taking more like 3, 4, 5 days, depending upon what shape they're in, if they're a beginner, intermediate, or more advanced, and how far along are they in this body fat change. I work with a lot of people that have high body fat, medium body fat, and some people are very low and lean and just want to get a little bit better and improve upon that. No matter where you're starting from, you can improve. We just have to see where you're starting from and then put together a plan to get you in the best place possible. Now, for some of you that want to know exactly where you stand and you want to measure if you're in a fat burning state and how foods can change it, click on the link below and join me for a private fat loss and fitness consultation. You could read everything that is included, but what's not on that list, which is going to be included, is we have to figure out if you're in a fat burning state, to what extent you are, and what we can do to improve it. Most people that come to see me, they have tried diets, they have tried counting calories, counting points, fitness programs, home fitness equipment, personal fitness trainers, gym memberships, diets, you name it, but still are frustrated and not in the shape they want to get into. If that is your case, click on the link below. Let's get to work. Let's break it down, see where you're starting from, and put together a blueprint, a plan to get you in better shape starting today. Hopefully you found this very interesting. Yes, you can have wine. Yes, you can drop fat in wine. It all depends what level you are at, how many days per week you do it, and then how to recover. I'm Dr. Derek Alessi, asking you to make the most of your life and live it fit.